Hello. Thank you for joining. Hit the like button and sub to the channel if you haven't already. So tonight we're going to talk about the polls and what's going on with Project 2025, of course, and whatever the news that's going on. So, okay, I'm gonna put my little music in the background. That's gonna kind of bring us a little happiness tonight. The joy. Okay, all right. Hey, Cherie. Hey, Louisiana lady. Okay, so tonight, the polls are in. Hold on just a second, guys. Y'all go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe, please. Hey, Stacy, what's up? How was your vacation? Got me a little jazz going on in the back. We need it. So, of course, Trump is going around complaining, being mean as usual. Give me some water. Let me see here what I'm trying to do. Trying to get focused. All right. Let's see here. Hold on, guys, just a second. All right, let me try to find this stuff. All right. Okay. So, what did you say, Stacey? You said it was cut short unexpectedly, but it was a good few days with the fan bam. Okay, that's fine. That's nice. I'm supposed to be going to a family reunion in September. That should be fun. All right, guys. So let's get started. Can y'all hear me okay? Can you hear my music in the background? Let's see here. All right. So this is my new little PowerPoint. Yes, we can. Look at Kamala. Yes, we can. Thank you. Thank you. Water. Good for you. All right. Okay, so this is my little PowerPoint, I guess. All right. So the pollster released its latest survey on the 2024 election on Monday, which is today. And it found that Harris was leading Trump 48% to 44%, although there are some polls out there saying that they're neck and neck right now. you know, uh, she's leading pretty much by 1 point ahead of him, but that's, also by error, 1 point by error, something like that, however they say it. Hi, Mimi. So, but this pollster they released today said that she was 48% ahead of Trump by 44% among registered voters across the country. Morning Consult said the poll was conducted between August 2nd and 4th and is based on the responses of 11,000 voters, 11,265 voters. Okay. So, yeah, within margin of error. Thank you. So, right now, she's ahead. I was watching, I don't know if y'all know Brian Tyler Green Cohen, something like that. He was basically saying that they were kind of tied as well. But right now, all she has to win is 3 key states: Michigan, I think Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania. If she gets Pennsylvania, she is sure to win. And this is what he was saying. Okay. Harris, the presumptive Democratic nominee, also leads Trump by 5 points among independent voters, 42% to 37% in Monday's poll, and was beating the former president by 9 points among young voters between the ages of 18 and 34. 49% to 40%. The survey has a margin of error of 1%, 1 percentage point. So also, they're saying that Kennedy, she's beating Kennedy as well. And I think I said that before. He's down. Anyway, the vice president was also found to have a higher favorability rating than Trump, with 48% of voters saying they have a favorable view of Harris compared to 47% who have an unfavorable view. Because I guess it's 47% that they're not favored, they don't like her. We know that's going to be it. And that's exactly what I was saying, Mimi, as well, that the VP is going to help as well. Exactly. Totally agree with that. With Trump's favorability rating was in the negatives. Negative 46% of voters said that they had a favorable view of the former president, while 52% who view him unfavorably. So 46% like Trump and 52% don't like. 52% don't like. Okay. So there's that. So Kamala Harris most likely is going to win. There is a man, I can't know his name. I'm just thinking right. Thought I'd tell you this. A man, I can't think of his name right now, but he has predicted all of the presidents who have won the last several years. I think even back during Hillary Clinton's husband, Bill Clinton winning. Y'all gotta forgive me. So anyway, but he said that Kamala's gonna win. So she looks like pretty much like she's going to win the race. It's gonna be a close race, guys. That's why I said y'all have to get out there. Y'all have to vote. Voting is essential in this election. But right now, like Mimi said, once she picks her VP, there's a great possibility that her numbers will go up. Excuse me. My dog. Can you get some behind, please? So, on to Project 2025. Russell Vought. This is him. Russell Vought is likely to be appointed to a high-ranking position in the second Trump administration. Although Trump is going around saying he don't know anything about Project 2025, he hasn't heard of it. He doesn't know these people. Blah 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 blah. You know, it's all lies. But Russell Vought was in Trump's previous administration. He will be adding to this administration. And I want to talk about this because we all know what Project 2025 entails. Right. So we do know that the plan. Can y'all hold on just a second because my dog is licking. Come on, Biscuit. Go over there. Go over there. My dog. So we know what's in Project 2025. I'm gonna try to get into it and start reading it again. But I know that most of you that are over here, y'all know what it's about. You know that it's going to take away our civil rights. You know, we know that they're stopping women's reproduction. My dog. So we know all of those things. So I wanted to talk about this Russell guy because he will be appointed to Trump's administration again. Okay. He was in this first one. These people are pretty much very, very right-wing people, very white nationalists. Okay. So just know that. And so, like I said, when you go out and talk to people, share that with them. That what we're dealing with in Project 2025. I know Trump was here on Saturday with his Chick-fil-A woman talking mad crap about Kamala Harris. She was on stage and she was doing all her little things, whatever, saying all the nasty stuff. I didn't listen to it because I was living my life. But I, to be honest with you, I don't want to hear anything negative about Kamala Harris at all. So I feel the same way about Obama's too. I don't like to hear anything negative about them. You know, we should be uplifting our people. They're sitting here uplifting Trump like it's nothing. So we should be uplifting our people that are, you know, going in to be president and going into politics. Hey, Natasha Rising. Okay. So Russell Vought is likely to be appointed to a high-ranking position in the second Trump administration. The Associated Press reported Monday, Vought, who ran Trump's office management and budget from July 2020 to January 2021, has been working on a 180-day transition playbook to expedite Project 2025's implementation into the federal government. Vought is also in the running to be Trump's chief of staff. On July 5th, Trump claimed that he didn't know anything about Project 2025 and had no idea who is behind it. He said, I disagree with some of the things they're saying, and some of the things they're saying are absolutely ridiculous and absurd. He wrote on True Social, anything they do, I wish them luck, but I have nothing to do with them. You know, that is a lie. Those are the black folks that Harriet Tubman left on the road, honey. Oh, yeah, true. Especially the one that was up there, the Chick-fil-A chick girl. Trump has tried to distance himself from the conservative apparatus. Project 2025 has been thoroughly involved in staffing a future Trump presidency. Heritage Foundation President Kevin Roberts, the bald man, has claimed the project has already trained and vetted more than 10,000 people to replace executive branch employees should the presumptive GOP presidential candidate win in November. We've already vetted 10,000. Trump allies claim they were looking to install as many as 54,000 pre-vetted Trump loyalties to the executive branch via a Schedule F executive order. What is Schedule F? I didn't know what that was. Trump has announced his intention to reissue Schedule F on day one. During his first term, government employees were frequent targets of public insults, threats, and retaliation. Echoing Trump, other elected officials have advocated firing every single mid-level bureaucrat and made campaign promises to begin slitting bureaucrats' throats on day one. Scholars at the American Enterprise Institute have stated Trump has made it clear in countless ways that if he were to win the presidency again, He would expect total loyalty from cabinet secretaries down to the most junior agency employees. There are legitimate concerns about the effectiveness, capacity, and accountability of civil service employees and many serious plans for reform. Those plans generally focus on how effectively the government serves the American people, including leadership and recruitment practices in the civil service ethics, streamlining organizational charts, and encouraging innovation. Schedule F advocacy differs by explicitly promoting personal loyalty to the president. A core tenet of democracy is that the government should work on behalf of the public. It is in recognition of the principle that public officials are required to take an oath to uphold the Constitution. A reminder, in the words of Georgetown University public policy professor Donald Moynihan, that their deepest loyalty is to something greater than whoever occupies the White House or Congress. Schedule F is an effort to redirect regulatory, administrative, and investigatory functions of the government away from the public interest and towards the president's interest. This makes it easier for an inspiring authoritarian American president to abuse his power to punish, intimidate, and silence opponents by making government aid, contracts, licenses, merger approvals, tax benefits, permits, civil penalties, relief aid, grants, and regulatory waivers contingent on showing personal fidelity. Okay. So this is their plan when they get in. They're going to replace, they already have 10,000 people vetted, possibly 54,000 more people coming in to take the place, right, of people that are already there. And so this is why it is so important for, us to understand what is in Project 2025. I don't know these people, and especially the people of color that are sitting there, watching, or windmilling for Donald Trump. Like Byron Donalds. He knows what's going on. That dude is just on another level with trying to have power, right? Because he was possibly one of Donald Trump's VP picks. He was on the list. And so you have these people like the Chick-fil-A girl. She has no idea what's going on. This woman, I don't know if she's paid. I don't know what it is. But hey, Red Labels, I don't know if she's been paid to get up there and just, I want to say the word, but I'm not going to say the word. But I don't, pandas, right? The night pandas. That's what we'll call it. I don't know if she's up there doing that because she's making money or what it may be. But I will tell you that if they understood what was in Project 2025, I do not believe that Trump would be he wouldn't even have 18% of Black people supporting him, because right now that's where it's at. It's 18% of people that are supporting Black people that are supporting Donald Trump. This is what I heard today. So there's a lot of work to be done. We want Kamala to be on a whole nother level. We don't want to have a margin forever and 1%. You know what I'm saying? We need her to be 50%, or 60%. But right now, her, they said it was like 81% of Black Americans are voting for her. So her popularity among Black people has gone up since Joe Biden, stepped down. So she's made $310 million, right? Since then, they have raised that much money, $310 million. My aunt was telling me last night that Mark Cuban has gathered billionaires to come together and support her. I read that there were also Republicans stepping in to support her. So that's a good thing. But, you know, some polls have her leading, like this poll I just read earlier has her leading by 48%, and him with at 46% or something like that. And where does it say that at? Yeah. Yeah. So she's leading 48 to 44%. That's this poll. Now, all the polls are different. We understand that. But that's the poll that I saw. I saw some other ones and they were tied. But I really don't believe that. So I don't believe that. I don't believe that it's tied. I can't believe that. Oh, Beyonce donated $4 million. That's what's up. So, you know, I think the more people come out and like you said, Mimi, once she picks her VP, then it's you know, it's all we gotta just the dominoes are gonna start falling. So right now they say she's in the honeymoon stage of this election. I mean of this campaign. And they will be coming after her. We know that they're coming after her for her race. We talked about that. Don't get caught up in that. Don't get caught up in that whole race thing, because that's all he has. He can talk about her race. He's going to talk about how dumb she is. We know she's not dumb. She's way more qualified. As a matter of fact, she's one of the most qualified people to ever run for office, right? So we know that. So Trump has nothing. He doesn't have anything. JD Vance, the worst mistake he could have ever made was JD Vance, right? The worst mistake he's ever made was JD Vance. He should have picked Nikki Haley, but he didn't do that. Why? Because he does not respect women. That is why. So we know what's happening. Donald Trump, I'll drop the link if anybody want to come up, give your opinion. My lives will be quick, to the point. Let's see. Invite. Yeah. Yeah. So right now is good. I think that I'm happy. I got this other little thing a couple of days ago. Somebody canvassing. Do y'all have any canvassers in your neighborhood? Any of you? I think she's going to pick Shapiro. She's not going to go with Tim Walz. They would blame him for the riots during the George Floyd protest. Oh, is he the one in Michigan? So, yeah, I think she's going to pick. Plus, that's 19 electoral votes. Taylor Swift signed up 100,000 new voters. Okay, too much pride to pick a woman. His chances would have been better. Good for our side. Exactly. Minnesota is Tim Walz. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't pick him. Tim Walz is the one with the white hair, because he was new. I didn't even know he was even on the list until I think yesterday. I was like, who is this dude? You haven't seen any canvassers? Yeah, because they're canvassing over here a lot. And that's where you are, right, Red? You're in Minnesota. Okay. So, but like I said earlier, another YouTuber was saying how, and he's big time. He was saying how she needs Michigan, Minnesota, and definitely needs Pennsylvania. Michigan is good, or Indiana, or something like. She looks good in Michigan. She looks good in Minnesota, or something like that. What he was saying, but definitely, if she wins Pennsylvania, she has it. That's it. That's what he was saying. So we got to go. But she has many routes too, from my understanding. From someone else is saying that she has a lot of routes to go. It's these key states with these electoral votes. Okay, so Minnesota staying blue. Okay. So, I don't know what Georgia's going to do. Right now, they said it is neck and neck out here in Georgia. Looks like Trump is up. These dogs. Okay, Frazier. Here in Georgia, he's leading by like not a lot. It says like he's leading by like 47 and she is like 46 or something like that in Georgia. I don't know. But I think that Black folks gonna get out and vote. I think this state, we have a lot of new people moving here from different states. And I definitely believe that in my county, it's definitely is blue. DeKalb County is blue. Fulton County, blue. It's the outskirts of Georgia that get you. It's just these little, because it's little pockets that are small little pockets everywhere in Georgia that get you. So if she gets Georgia, that's a wrap. If she gets Georgia and Pennsylvania, it's over. Because she already has Minnesota. She has Minnesota. She has, I think he said Indiana or Michigan. I think that's what he's saying. Governor Kemp had said he endorsed. When did he say that? Natasha? When did he say that? Because I read that he was still voting for Donald Trump after Donald Trump went off on him. Girl, let me look that up real quick. Because I didn't see that. Hold on. I sound like Portia. Who said that? Who said that? Girl, let me look that up real quick. Girl. Well, I don't see that, honey. But there are some people here that no. Well, this is a day ago. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp snaps back at Trump after repeated attacks. Leave my family alone. I saw that. But then he said something about he was still going to vote for the Republican. Maybe he'll write somebody in. Unpopular opinion. Sometimes I think Trump truly doesn't want to be president, hence the self-sabotaging. I just think his ego will allow him to drop out. Maybe I'm wrong, but Trump called he called him all kind of nasty names. I know. And I was hoping, maybe you were hoping and pleading that Governor Kemp would support him. But this is what he tweeted. Let's see. It says here, Kemp responded to the former president with a post on social media saying, my focus is on winning this November and saving our country from Kamala Harris and the Democrats, not engaging in petty personal insults, attacking fellow Republicans, or dwelling on the past. You should do the same, Mr. President, and leave my family out of it, Kemp said. So, yeah. Because I was shocked when you said that. I was like, what? Yeah, you gave him too much credit, honey. He's still a redneck at heart, honey. Give way too much credit. But you know what? You never know. They might get into the voting booth and vote for Kamala. These people want they want their party back, so this is the time, like I said last time, this is the time to take back your party. If you want to get Trump out and have a chance in 2029, right, you would definitely vote for Kamala to be president. Or if you even want to have a chance in the next 8 years without the Heritage Foundation coming in and taking over, you got to get rid of Trump. Trump is a sore, he's a scab that you keep picking at and picking at and picking at. and it's just not working out for them. The main reason Trump wants to be president is to stay out of jail, not to do right. Exactly. So, the recent thing is I read that Trump actually complimented Putin on letting the hostages go. And to me, that's like, this dude is grimy. You don't do that. You're angry because Joe Biden went through all the bureaucracy that he had to go through, making deals with people to get the hostages out of Russian prison. And Donald Trump claims that they gave all this money to Putin, but that's not what happened. Joe Biden actually sit down with these people. They like Joe Biden. Joe Biden is good in foreign policy, and he was able to work and maneuver through Turkey, and I heard through Turkey and Germany, and another country where he was able to maneuver that way. And see, that's politics. That's what you do. And Donald Trump doesn't know that. He doesn't know how to do that. He think he is what book was it about the deal? He makes the deals. He makes the best deals, or he's good at making deals with people when he's not. Because just like Joe Biden said, if he were good at doing his job as president, he would have got those prisoners out. And one of the guys, the reporter, went to prison while he was in office. Okay, he didn't get him out. So since he's just good friends with Putin, he could have gotten him out, but he didn't. So Trump is deplorable, and he's not diplomatic at all. I don't understand why people are windmilling from him. I just don't. And I'll keep saying this over and again. I don't understand why Black people are windmilling for this man. I don't get it. I know Tony Payne from Maine endorsed Harris. Is he Republican? Yeah, he's the former GOP leader. If Trump gets in office, he's going to try to get rid of Kemp. Oh, he's going to get rid of everybody. They already had 54,000 people lined up. But he takes credit for things that he didn't do, right? He takes credit. I got Kemp elected. No, you didn't. Kemp was already here. Kemp, people, I don't know why, but they just want Kemp. Stacey Abrams was not going to win this time around when she was running. She was very, very close the first time. Extremely close. And she won. But what happened was Kemp was working in, I think he had some kind of control over numbers and whatever. I can't remember. It was so long ago. But he was able to finagle the votes, and he cheated his way there. He cheated. And everybody talked about that when she was running the first time. I had just moved here. And the second time, he was able to win because they didn't like what Stacey Abrams was saying. That she was saying how Georgia is not in the best, or Atlanta is not in the best state right now for, what's going on healthcare wise, and people didn't want to hear that because they wanted to be thinking that, Georgia's the best place to live. Atlanta is the best place to live, when it's not. Crime was high, all this kind of stuff. So they got mad at her because she was saying it. Say it because she said it. And I was like, girl, stuck your whole foot in your mouth. These people are not going to vote for you. And they didn't. Yeah, he hires the best people. And how you bankrupt a casino your dad bought for you. Exactly. I understand why wealthy Black folks are voting for him, but I don't understand why middle-class Black are voting for him. So let me tell you, I was out of town, and one of my friends had this wonderful baby shower. And they have to be in a different tax bracket. And so we met a guy who said that I'm totally voting for, I'm voting for Biden. At this time, Joe Biden was running for office. He says, I'm voting for Biden. He said, any Republican that votes for Donald Trump and claim that they're rich, they're not rich, because you're voting for him because you want a tax break. And if you need a tax break, you don't have any money. Period. This is coming from someone who has money. And so I never thought about it like that. I was like, oh wow. He was like, yeah, you don't have any money if you're worried about a tax break. Hey, Norris. And so I was just like, oh, okay. He said, yeah, so you must vote for Joe Biden. And like I said, at the time, this was Joe Biden. Joe Biden was running. He said, I'm voting for Joe Biden. You can't trust Trump. Trump is, and this is before anybody was really talking about Project 2025. So when Project 2025 just really started getting it, people started talking about it. And I think that, oh girl, what's her name? Taraji P. Henson, when she mentioned it on the BET, then everybody was like, what the heck is Project 2025? Especially Black people. Now, there are some Black folks out there that do not believe that Project 2025 is real, or it will not affect them. It will. Okay. So Donald Trump can sit here all day long and say he doesn't know anything about Project 2025. Not true. He knows everything about it. We all know that he knows about it. He can lie to the people. He can lie to some of the people. He can do whatever he needs to do. And some of these people can believe it. That's on them. Like the Chick-fil-A girl. To me, she's making a whole ass out of herself. She lives here in Atlanta, Georgia. I probably don't go to places she go to anyway, so it doesn't matter to me. But and I know I don't live anywhere near her. Let's see. Yes, they do talk about Kamala's looks all the time. Even Byron Donalds. Have y'all seen the video that Byron Donalds and George Stephanopoulos went off on her? On Byron Donalds? You keep playing the race card and you keep saying all this stuff about this woman. And by the way, Byron Donalds has biracial children. Oh, you talking about Stacey Abrams. Yeah, they didn't like her look. She was too natural. No. Didn't like her look. The 54,000 vetted Trump people largely consist of rednecks and those in white hoods, cloaks, and the Django 2.0. Yep, exactly. So that's scary. So if he gets in office and you're putting in 54,000 loyalties, people that's just loyal to Donald Trump, how crazy is that? Nothing to get done, but I don't think he's going to make it that far, to be honest with you. Even if Kamala is not elected. I have to watch what I say. If Kamala is not elected, I don't think Donald Trump is going to last that long. I'm just keeping it real. He won't be in office. I don't think he'll make it there. Voting for Trump means you believe in white supremacy. Yeah, absolutely. But those people don't believe that though. My aunt said, did you watch when he came to Georgia? Did you see him when he was in Georgia? You think he's going to prison in October? I don't think he's going to prison. I wish. I hope so, but I don't think he is. Yes, the new girl is the diamond and silk. The Chick-fil-A chick is the diamond and silk. She is. She got a little slick mouth on her too. But yeah, she is. But I don't think he's going to prison. I don't think Donald Trump is going to go to prison. I don't think they're going to sentence him like that. Maybe they'll sentence him to house arrest or something, but I don't think he's going to go. Now, if he does go, that'd be something. That'd be great. Project 2025 might send Melania and Barron to Slovenia. You know what? So I'm glad you brought that up. Because Donald Trump wants Melania to come out and have a conference or an interview because when she came here, she came on with a worker's visa or something like that, or a school visa, and she was working, and then she met Donald Trump. She came over here on some kind of visa, right? I don't know if it was a working visa or like some type of school visa. She overstayed. She wasn't supposed to stay here that long. What do I think about Jasmine Crockett? I like Jasmine Crockett. I think she's super intelligent. I think she's funny. She's witty. She's hilarious, and she's out there doing what she needs to do, doing what she needs to do for Houston, Texas. Because trust me, there's a lot of people in Texas. There's a lot going on in Houston all the time. She came on a hoe visa. So she came on a work visa. No, that's funny. Right. For modeling. So yeah, I like her. I think Jasmine Crockett, yeah, she's all that. And I don't know how old she is. She looks young, but she's always talking about how old. She says she's older than JD Vance, so she could be in her 40s, which is still young. She has all the capabilities to, once we get this woman in office, she might be your next VP. You never know. She could be Speaker of the House. You can do any of those things. She's a very smart lady. I like her. Let's see. Yeah. So I guess I went over all your questions. .45 told us from his own mouth that he was a nationalist. Not only has he showed us who he is, he told us who he is. So he has said that he's not a Christian. That's the latest video that he did. He said he was not a Christian. Remember when he was telling them, the Christians, to vote for him? Y'all gotta vote for me. You have to vote for me. So we know he's not a Christian. His own nephew said that he was racist. Well, he said he wasn't racist, but he used the N-word twice. He heard him use it twice. And that he was groomed by his grandfather and his father. So we all know that his father was a racist. I don't know if he wore the hood. I don't know if that's real. That could have been a doctored photo. I'm not sure. But we do know that he comes from a background where his dad and him as well didn't want anyone living in their apartments, anyone of color or, Black people. So for anyone to just ignore that he makes statements about people coming over here from Africa and Mexico and Venezuela and all these poor countries, and they come here and they bring diseases, and they, they're mentally ill people, they're crime-ridden people, they're murdering hundreds of thousands of people, which is a lie. That is racism in itself. The same way he sit up there with the Black reporters, female reporters, and said, it took you 35 minutes to come out here, and your equipment is trash, and all those things is that was racist. And people can say, oh, that wasn't racist. No, he was basically insinuating that, see, I come here because you wanted me to come, Black people, Black reporters, y'all wanted me to come here. You're not on time. You have crappy equipment, that's very racist. It was slick the way he did it, though, and he's good at doing things like that. Because it's always Black folks ain't never on time. You know what I'm saying? But in reality, it was Donald Trump that did not want to be fact checked. So what he did was he complained for 30 minutes, and the people that was there with him, they complained for 30 minutes because they did not want to be fact checked. And so they are the ones who caused the delay. Okay. Yeah, the way he held the Bible upside down, we knew he wasn't a Christian, right? He don't know anything about the Bible, honey. I know more about the Bible than him, and I don't even claim to be religious. So you know what I'm saying? So he's full of it. Stacy, at his last rally, he said, "Hello, my beautiful Christians. I love Christians. I'm not a Christian, but get out and vote." That's exactly what he said. That's exactly what he said at the last rally he had. He said, "I'm not a Christian." Mm-hmm. Sure did. So we know that Donald Trump is not a Christian, right? So all Christians that's voting for Donald Trump, he said it himself, he's not a Christian. So anyway, his numbers are going down. His numbers are going down amongst Black American people. Young voters are not voting for him. Down. Even maybe some. I've been seeing a lot of Southern white men say they're voting for Kamala Harris. I mean, a lot of them. So I found that very interesting. I just think these people want their party back. People are tired of the divisiveness. People are tired of the racism. People are tired of the name calling. People are just tired. And let me say this to you. He talked about Kamala Harris when she came down to Georgia, and the seats were empty and blah, blah, blah. That's a lie. That is a bold-faced lie. The line was out the door, down the street. And if I could explain it to you, I should have pulled up a map. But where that convention was held, that rally was held at GSU, which is like in the middle of Georgia. Okay. Or sorry, Atlanta. And the line went all the way like downtown. That's how long it was. My husband was even like, "You're not gonna believe how long this line is." All the way to the Ferris wheel, which is closer to like downtown. I don't know how many miles it is, but I was like, "What?" Because the Ferris wheel is nowhere near Georgia State University. Like nowhere near. I said, "Well, how did?" It was just far. It was all the way down. It wasn't downtown, because downtown is opposite direction. But it was probably about a good 2 miles. That's what I'm thinking. Let me text him. He was telling me that it was about 2 miles long. People were trying to get in, or maybe a mile. Let me stop exaggerating, but it was a line. But anyway, so he was complaining. He complained about her having all these people there, 10,000 people. I think that's 10 or 12,000 people they could fit in the stadium. It was packed. And so he complained about it and how the school district here in Georgia or in Atlanta didn't want him to have too many people there. So they were turning people away and blah, blah. That's a lie. That's a lie. You just had empty seats, bro. Nobody wanted to come see you. Your numbers are down. Nobody wants to hear you talk for 90 minutes about nothing. Nothing, because all you do is bash people. People don't want to. What are your policies? What are you doing? Just like that Black girl stood up there and said, she talked about Kamala and Black people and how she doesn't care about Black people because she had an affair with a Black man and it ruined whatever. The man was married, but his wife had cancer. And so I don't even know if this is true. I didn't even look it up because I really don't care. That was well before I even knew who this woman was, right? I'm talking about Kamala Harris. I didn't know this woman when she had an affair with this man. If she even had an affair with this man, I don't know that to be true. But this girl got up there and she started talking about that. And I'm thinking, you hypocrite. Because you're talking about this Black woman who supposedly had this affair, but yet you're windmilling for Donald Trump, who's cheated on every wife he ever had, cheated on his wives while they were pregnant, right? But you're okay with that, but you're not okay with Kamala Harris and whatever, And Donald Trump, the Central Park Five, he put a whole ad out in the newspaper to have them executed. They have been exonerated, and he still never apologized to those people for doing it, to those young men for doing that. And you have the nerve to stand up there and say this stuff. You're sick. What is wrong with you? He doesn't have any policies, and his policies are going to harm you, people of color anyway, and yet you're still standing up here, women like, inflation is high. Inflation has gone down. People just need to do research. Inflation has gone down. Rent is high, but that's because, most of them got their stimulus check, right, and didn't pay their rent. Right? So these people are here to collect their money. Okay, that's all. So rent is high because you didn't pay your rent when you got your stimmy. Okay. I love Tara Setamora and Seneca Project with her online ads on YouTube spreading the message against Trump. Who was that? The people that were outside Trump's rally were protesters. In Georgia? I didn't see any. Probably. Did you see the segment on Fox News where they basically said she go to where she was by basically being on her knees to men in power? Oh, she got to where she was. Yes. I don't watch Fox News, but I've heard about, I read that, I saw that. I saw little stuff like that on Twitter. And it's disgusting. Well, JD Vance got to where he is because he was on his knees too. Not to mention she was flirting with Donald Trump. He said he was going to leave Melania for her. Right. I saw that clip. Trump went to black church in Detroit where less than 20 blacks were there. It was about 50 white people. Trump said there are 8,000 in attendance. Yeah, we know that's a lie. So he just lies. He lies about numbers. It's always about numbers. It's about his popularity. It's always about him and the little numbers. Nobody likes you, bro. It's done. It's a wrap. Because when I saw that, even the article that I was reading said it was 10,000 people in there. Oh, Trump had, 10,000 people show up at his rally. And then they said, and roughly 10,000 people showed up at Kamala's rally. No, it was packed. Packed, boo. That rally was packed. I'm telling you, that line was, that was at least a mile. That line was that long. Because I know it has to be at least a mile from that Ferris wheel to Georgia State. Tara Sotomayor is the black biracial commentator from Fox and CNN News. I don't know her. I barely look at Don Lemon's channel, and I subscribe to his channel too. Oh, her. Yeah. She used to be a Republican. Yep. You right about Vance. Yep, I am. It's slowly coming out. I told you it would. Yeah, she's real cute. I didn't know she had a YouTube channel. JD Vance was busting out of couches to get ahead. I don't know if that's true, but whatever works. I was telling my aunt yesterday too. I said, I'm gonna talk about him. I'm gonna keep talking about it. JD Vance, because he's a hypocrite. He's a liar. He don't know who he is. Just like Shapiro said, he don't even know who he is. I was like, you're right about that. But he know who he is, but he doesn't own who he is. Okay. Even his wife sits up there. She had an interview with someone on Fox News, and she just looked sad. Bless her heart. Usha, I think her name was Usha. She looked really sad and really she's not prepared for what's happening right now, clearly. And she's not, you could tell she's not very happy because she doesn't like Donald Trump. But she knows her husband. Because power will, can ruin lives, right? Ruin relationships when you like power and need power that much. You can't tell me that JD Vance was not on his knees trying to get that power. Because that Peter Thiel, y'all know about Peter Thiel, right? I did a whole thing about Peter Thiel and JD Vance video. So, yeah. Yeah, she's a very pretty girl. If you all don't know who she is, let me see if I can get a photo up here. And I didn't even know she was biracial. Ooh. Ciao. JD Vance was busting us couches. Yeah, they made a parody from Serial Mom scene where they call the neighbor and say, "Is this the couch?" Y'all silly. I didn't see that. You have a lot of time to watch TV. Hey, Marcella. Vance is still on his knees. He sure is, getting all that money. Marcella, you want to come up and talk? What's your take on? I'll drop the link for you to come up. That's Tara Sotomayor. Setmeyer, that's how you say her name. She's very cute. But yeah, I do know her. I definitely know who she is. You know Marcella gonna come up.
You know, listen, I admire what you're doing on your page with the politics and I be doing finance and politics. We got to keep pushing and making sure that people know a vote for the other party is a vote against our freedom. Yep. We got to make sure people know what Project 2025 is. And inside of Project 2025 is a Project 47. Hey, Red Label is a Project 47. Mm-hmm. Now, Trump has went back to his old tactics, the birthism, sexism, racial things, and he's sending out this silent whistle because he knows that he can't handle Kamala. They're trying to find something against her, but today, baby, hey, some of them Republicans turned against him. Mm-hmm. The hard ones, they turned against him because he's starting to talk tomfoolery, which he was talking tomfoolery, but now they're finally getting the guts and the balls to move on. So we got to just put on our chucks and our pearls and get them marching, and we cannot stop talking about this every day. Zoom out the noise. Ladies, if you lose your food stamps, don't look at nobody else. Look at yourself because you should have voted. We got to go into these hard places. Like I'm going to be canvassing a neighborhood that, you know, I'm just going to take my jewelry off and put on my black paint. You got to get these people registered. Don't do it online because in my state, if you do it online, at the bottom of the page, it tells you to print it out and mail it in. When you think that you're registered, if you already registered, why are you doing all these steps? They are playing tomfoolery. Now, let me tell you another thing that's happened with the gerrymandering. They are arresting our black and brown boys and putting them in the rural areas where all white. They're doing a censor. They're counting everybody in the county, including the boys that's in prison. But the boys in prison can't vote. So if they say that there's 5 people living in that town and 3 of them are prisoners, they're counting that. They're counting the censor. And then you got your 2 votes from that town, which would be just 3,000 people didn't vote. They're doing a lot of gerrymandering, moving zones around, not telling people the new zones. I'm telling you, we have to stay on top of this because they trying to play in our face. Everyone, please go get your voter's registration card and your ID. Be there And y'all got to remember, it's important to vote for your governors, your Senate. Look, I'm going to tell you today the stock market fell.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to tell you, when Kamala become president, I didn't say if, when she takes that seat, the women, we're going to really see how the guys messed up the money for this country.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Federal Reserve should have lowered the rates in July, and they did not.
They're supposed to lower them again
in September.
Mm-hmm.
But by that time, it's affecting us now. Mm-hmm. He should have did it in July. He could have did it in July. And now they're going to do it in September. Guess what happens? Kamala comes in there, and they're going to blame everything on Kamala. But everybody got to remember, it doesn't fall on Joe Biden. It falls on Congress. Mm-hmm. And if we don't put anybody in Congress to help, like I'm telling you, it's so bad here. They took all the Afro-American studies out of school here. Mm-hmm. They just put out a law today. No child can carry their cell phones to school. No cell phones. If they take them, your child will not get their cell phone back. They're really trying to cut communication off between parents. If something happened at the school, you're only allowed to use the school phone. Listen, these are the people you voted in there. These are the people. They tried to blame that on Biden administration, and they expect the economy strategist that it fell upon Trump. LOL, they tried to shut him up so quick. And it did fall on Trump. Mm-hmm. Trump gave you a stimulus. And guess what? You're paying for it right now. Mm-hmm. Joe Biden is eating off a table with a dirty tablecloth. That means Trump left us in debt. Mm-hmm. So now we're going to have Kamala in there. She's going to have the aces in their places. And guess what? I can't wait to see who she's picking for vice president.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Mark Kelly, I think, will be an excellent one.
You don't like Shapiro?
I like Mark Kelly because he's got the background for military and everything. And I'm going to tell you that Trump went down to Georgia and made a complete fool of himself. You're going to go in there after Kamala, and people are starting to smell freedom, taste freedom. You know, when Donald Trump was president, I stressed out every day. You didn't know what this nut, he had completely took over all the reality shows. He was a reality show. He took over all the soap operas. He was a soap opera. He took over everything. Mm-hmm. Telling people to go get Burger King, eat that. They having dinner parties. Yeah, we'll bring the independent Republican support. Well, I hope so. But honey, we can't play around now.
But that's what you want. You want the independent and you want the Republican support. So that's why I think that's a good strategy if she brings Shapiro in.
And see, and I like Pete Buttigieg just because of his name, and that he would be able to bring in the LGBTQIA community. But that's not what we need right now, Pete. Stay on the transportation. Stop having me make long layovers. Me and my husband went to New Orleans for one night for dinner. We were supposed to get back, like 9 o'clock. We didn't land back in Virginia until 12. So I'm not taking no more overnight trips, overday trips, because he needs to get transportation right.
Right.
I felt like I was catching a bus. I was like, we pay for these flights, and we
were supposed to go to Tennessee this weekend, but I'm like, I don't know about that.
Right. We got to watch it because, and please tell your followers about the advisories in Jamaica. Everything that happens in the United States, it affects the rest of the world. Mm-hmm. You go down to Jamaica for vacay and you might get robbed You might get robbed in the daytime. Y'all got to be careful now. So it's best to keep our little tails in the country. Y'all think that these people welcome us Americans? No. Y'all got to remember the brick is in works. Like my neighbor was like, we're going to China. Oh, girl, if I never see you again, I don't know what happened. They not taking American money. And people, please stay out of Russia. Okay, they sent the 3 people home. And if you go to Russia for any reason, they're going to make you a prisoner of war. They're going to make something up about you. But Putin told you who are the real important people in the United States, and that is us melanated black folk. We are the code, and we got to remember that. But y'all need to stay close to people talking about politics, because if, between my page and your page, Sonny, we need to do a little history lesson on government. We have to let them know that the legislators, and we need to let them know that if we put Kamala in there, she gonna need our help. We got the old boy network who's gonna try to break Kamala down. They got to know we ain't going back.
No, we're not going back. The whole racial thing and all that kind of stuff is just too much. I don't think, in my opinion, that it's going to benefit Donald Trump talking about her race, talking about her past the way he's talking about. He can't talk about her past. Like, you can't talk about a woman's past and say, oh, she was whatever, on her knees doing whatever. Sir, he should keep his name. He shouldn't even talk about her like that. So they're going to keep talking about race. So always it's going to be a racial thing. And I think that's going to be his downfall.
We're not going to talk about when the Russian girl peed on him. We ain't going to talk about how many baby mamas he got, how many times he cheated on his wives. We ain't going to talk about that his wife is a stripper or whatever you want to call it, call girl. She
was a well-paid.
I didn't want to say it.
Probably.
Right, I didn't want to say that, but he ain't got no room to talk about nobody. Okay, if Kamala did do that, honey, let's talk about that. He wears a pamper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and listen, the Christians that supported him are the cheating Christians, the blasphemous Christians. These ain't no regular Christians. Now, this one got me 2 weeks ago when he said, if you vote for me, you'll never have to vote again. He's not trying to be president. He's trying to be dictator. And we're not having that.
But even when he said that, you won't have to vote again. You all are Christians. I'm not a Christian. He said that then. I was just like, are y'all, hello, right. Did y'all hear that? He just told you he's not a Christian. And him not, he's not going to step down. Everybody knows that. And that's why I truly believe, Marcia, I completely believe if he wins, he will not be president.
Well, let me tell you this. There is a group out that is investigating the Constitution, the 14th Amendment, Section 3, that he admitted in his own words about the insurrection. So it tells you in the 14th Amendment, Section 3, that anybody who ever participated in that should not hold any type of government office. And he tells you, yeah, I did it. I can go out to Fifth Avenue and pow somebody and not get caught. But I'm going to tell you, I'm depending on Jack Smith to get that toupee off his head in Florida with them charges, because Eileen that messed up his case down there. Tanya Chugnick. Girl, you in D.C., we got your back, honey. Get him. Because he is a convicted felon. My thing is, I don't understand how he can run for president. He can't be around anybody with pow-pows. And he can't vote.
And he can't fly. Well, no, he can't fly to certain areas. He can't fly.
So I'm saying, why are people even entertaining him? He is a convicted felon. See, but there's different justices for different people. And I'm going to tell you something. He went up there faking because those parents came out and said the CIA told their son to do it. Now, I don't know if that's real. But guess what? I pray every day that Donald Trump is not my president. And my neighbors around here, the ones that had got real bold and put out them Trump flags. Honey, when Kamala announced she was running, they was running to get them flags down. It was no more Trump signs in nobody's yard, because now we done found out who are the racists in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And when they was taking them Trump flags down quick.
They still fly those yellow, don't tread on me, yellow flags.
Oh, they blue and black. They blue and black. And then my neighbor, I said, why you got that flag up there? He said, oh, that's a police flag. I said, well, you're not a policeman. You're a post office person.
Well, I don't know why I don't even know why Trump supporters even try to fly the blue flag, the blue and black police officer flag, or whatever it's called.
Right.
When they storm
but
the
I'm
building,
tell you
and y'all
something.
beat those police
Trump followers are more people that's uneducated, literally.
Yeah.
They are poor as dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And then they think that we're going to switch places.
Nah.
Like when he said you ain't gonna have to, the rich people ain't got to pay taxes. Okay, I thank you for that. But guess what? I'm going to pay some other way.
Right.
So you don't pay, the rich people, corporations shouldn't pay taxes. Our country is broke, y'all. It's already broke. What is it going to do if you're not paying taxes? How do you pay the people that's sitting in the Pentagon and all these different places without tax? And I'm going to tell you something. I'm too pretty to go work in the field. My nails is done. I'm too pretty for that.
I'm not working in no fields either. That's not happening. That is not happening. I'm not even going to talk about what I'm going to do. But yeah, I'm not doing that.
I'm too pretty for that. And if somebody tell me to say yes, Samantha. Oh my God.
Not happening.
It's going to be a civil war around here.
It will be.
I'm just so glad I have not encountered no Karens, because my name going to be Big Bertha. I'm going to be, in no way. No.
I have never come across a Karen. Never have I come across a Karen. It's like it just never happens to me. You know, I don't know.
It happened to me once here. I was at Food Lion, and a lady said, where you get that car from? I bet you was selling drugs or selling your A. And I said, no. I said, no, I got it from your dad, and he enjoys me. And when she went to walk to my car, I pulled this. Take another step, and they're going to be rolling you. Okay. The corner is. And I meant that. Okay. Because there was no reason for her to make that insultive. But see, you got to be licensed to carry.
Well, not in.
And I don't worry. My body might be small, y'all, but my fingers is strong. But that hammer, yes, Lord.
Yes, many in Congress are felonious criminals.
Yeah, they sure are. Y'all do y'all research on them people sitting up there. Mitch McConnell, he half dead. His whole arm is black. He's infested with something. Then you got the other guy who don't. I forget his name, but he don't like the LGBTQIA community. But he is living with a man.
Are you talking about Lindsey Graham?
Yes, and have been for a long time. Now you know, Lindsey, you get your little Peter Weeder sucked, and not by a woman. I mean, come on, y'all. You got Clarence Thomas. He married to a white woman who he let running him right out of the Supreme Court. We got to give them a time limit. Nobody should be a judge until they die. No, nobody.
He wasn't, but Joe Biden wanted to give him 18 years to serve. And Mitch McConnell had said something about it. I'm like, Mitch McConnell, why are you even still talking?
Right.
This is your
That's what I'm saying. Mitch is halfway dead, y'all. Mitch is gone. Mitch gonna go back to Kentucky soon as he retire, and I give him 6 months.
Me too.
That Chinese lady, listen, they all in it together.
That Chinese lady might be giving him something to put him in sleep.
I ain't lying, because you know her sister got murked. Fell off. Yes, honey, y'all better pay attention to the news. That girl was like, I'm not playing. All of a
She
sudden,
got trapped in that. She got trapped in that Elon Musk car
and rolled down the hill of her own home that she knows with her eyes closed.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, they be saying accidental. No, it's not. That girl, Chinese sister, knew too much. Y'all be watching these spy shows and thinking they ain't real. See, James Comey could have still had a job if he would have kept his mouth shut. Mm-hmm. What he did was found out Trump was doing something, and he ran his mouth too early. Because we could have had Trump. And
we could have had Hillary in office if it wasn't for James Comey.
Yes.
If it wasn't for him.
I'm telling y'all, we got to pick who we support. Look, I want Stacey Abrams. I want all them people to be backing Kamala. I need y'all to do something with Stacey down there. But you know what? She's a perfect foot soldier. Yeah. She's a good foot soldier. So, you know, Raffensperger, he wasn't going for that Trump mess either. And he's a Republican.
I know.
So y'all people are not looking away. They are so glad Kamala up there. They don't care if she came up there with one sneaker on and butt naked. They don't want Trump.
I think, you know, this is the way they get your party, for them to get their party back too. That's why I was saying these Republicans, these are the Republicans that understand that, you know what, we need to get Trump out of here so we can get our party back. Because if they don't, that party is done. And those people they know that if Trump gets into office, he's going to implement the Project 2025, and they're going to remove thousands of people, government workers, and only put in loyalties that like him. And like I said earlier, you know, I read earlier, they already have 10,000 vetted, and they're looking to put 54,000 more people into the government. And so that's a lot. Those people will be losing their jobs. The senators and Kaheems and you know, whoever else that's out there, AOC, they're not going to have a job.
Yes.
We won't be able to vote because Donald Trump said himself, you don't have to worry about voting if I get elected.
Yep, and he's trying to sell parts of our country to China and Russia. He really wants to do that. I mean, that military base that had that balloon flying over it, nobody knows about that base really in Montana. He brought attention to that base.
Well, you know about the $10 million that he gave to the
Egyptian,
right? The Egyptian.
Oh yeah, girl.
What did he sell to him? And why did he have all those documents?
I love politics. Do you hear me? I love politics. Do you hear me? And then you got black people up there speaking for Trump and drawing pictures. And this lady, and I said, this lady just needs some attention.
The black girl from Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, she need to be slapped a couple of times. Girl, what have he done for you lately?
Nothing.
You still getting food stamps and welfare. Girl, get up off of there. Mm-hmm. That's what we need to be bringing. We are black kings and queens. We need to realize that. And the people that want to be ugly, let them be ugly alone. We people with brains, we got to start bringing people together. And the one that's ignorant, and that's all they know how to be is ignorant, leave them ignorant people over there because they're going to benefit what we're doing right now.
Yeah, you can't. People like that girl, I call her Chick-fil-A. I don't know her name, but Chick-fil-A. People like her, she's just ignorant. She has no clue. I think she's getting paid. She probably got $10,000, right. Probably $5,000 up there to scream for Donald Trump, you know. So she got a little bit more than the stimmy check that she got from him. So she's just, not for him, but you know what I'm saying. So she's just, you know, she's just doing something and talking. She's just a talking piece, just like the ladies, the two old women that used to have.
And you know, one of them died.
Yeah. So that's what she is. And you know, Trump uses people, when he's done using you, he gets rid of you. No black person is really supporting him like that knows him, besides a Byron Donalds. and a Tim. Is a guy's name Tim?
Tim Scott.
Tim Scott. So
and Omarosa set that tail on fire.
Yeah, she's not with it anymore.
But Tim Scott, him and them Donald Duck teeth, child.
I call him Fat Albert.
Yeah.
What was the dude?
He got them Donald Duck teeth. But yes, I pay attention to that. I can't even be on my page and post about reality shows because my mind is so glued to the politics and the Olympics. Yeah. And it's just been glued to that. I really don't know look, I'll be on the internet and don't know who beefing. And then when I go speak to somebody, oh, you speaking to that person? Well, I didn't know y'all was beefing. Look, I'm over here trying to say vote. I go into everybody chat and say vote.
Vote,
everybody. I go to everybody chat. And I don't care what you call me. I could be the B after the election. I'll go back to being the B.
Right. I mean, it's scary, Marcella. I don't know. I just don't know.
It's scary.
It's scary because you don't know what's going to happen. You know, the polls, they say, some people say the polls are closed. Some people, I just read something today, a few minutes ago, earlier, that she was leading by 48 to his 40 or something like that. But 43. So she's leading him. And then some people are saying that they're even. And then some people saying that she's behind one point or 1 percentage point.
Well, you know who they polling. They not polling the educated suburban wives. They're not doing that, you know. No, they're not. But Kamala got this in the bag. We got it. We got it. Like he said, she's so dumb as rock. She was reading from a teleprompter. Okay, she's asking you to debate. You the one read from a teleprompter and go off script. You know what I'm saying?
And then when he goes off script, it's like, what is he talking about? When he goes off script, he's talking about Hannibal Lecter. So, I mean.
Yeah. And how he loves Putin and how he loves North Korea and China. I'm friends with them. As soon as you lose, they're not going to have nothing to do with you. And I hope that they take his money away. This dude is getting paid his wife is getting paid $225,000. She don't want him. Yeah, she stands next to him. No, the government does pay the wives.
Are you serious?
Yes. Michelle Obama's getting money.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Google it, girl. Yes, the president's still getting paid money, and ex-presidents and their wives. And Melania don't a bit more want him than a man in the moon. And she's not gonna lose her son to that family. See, she don't even look at Ivanka and them as part of her. It's just her and her son and her father now.
Her mother did pass away. That's right.
Yeah. And he should have paid taxes for Mar-a-Lago. He turned that around and said that wasn't a resort anymore, and that he didn't have to pay taxes.
Well, he doesn't have to pay taxes. He buried Ivanka on the land, so he doesn't have to pay taxes.
Well, he took her out here. No, that investment minister in New York. He buried Ivanka. Ivana.
I thought he buried her on Mar-a-Lago.
No, he buried her at the golf course.
Yeah. Mar-a-Lago.
But guess what? 2 days ago, he lost his liquor license.
Yep.
And Don Jr. is feeling it. He is spiraling out to death.
Yeah.
He is spiraling because he knows his father is losing and nobody is eating the crowfish anymore.
Because he might be going to jail too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Eric gonna be over there playing dumb.
Mm-hmm. He might be going to jail too.
Eric ain't engaging too much.
But you know what's going to happen? When Donald Trump is convicted, which is coming up, I don't think he's going to go to jail. I don't think they're going to put him in jail. But when he's going to get tried for what he did here in Georgia. That's going to be after the election. And I think he has some other stuff going on. But I think
in Florida.
Oh, that's right. He has that.
And Washington, D.C.
Okay. You know what's going to happen? They're going to come after Ivanka and Jared Kushner about that $2 billion they got from that Saudi.
Well, I think they the ones that snitch. I believe that they're the ones that snitched on him. And Ivanka had distanced herself away from him for a while. But see, I would have distanced myself when he was trying to touch me and kiss me. It makes me think of the most awful thing that could have happened to her. But see, his first wife was going to...
And it probably did.
Yep, his first wife was going to tell. And all of a sudden, she's been living in this place for 54 years. And she falls down these steps.
Right.
Child, please. And that Michael Cohen is frying him left and right.
Right.
The closer is not closing his mouth.
Right. Michael Cohen can't stand him. Like,
that's right.
He cannot stand him because he went to jail behind him.
Yeah.
And then it's all gonna be like a domino effect. You watch and see. It's gonna be a domino. You're gonna find out that he set up this whole assassination attempt. That wasn't real. Yeah. That man that was standing behind him lost his life. You had 2 other people get injured. He's gonna go murder. He's done. It's gonna be a domino effect. It's gonna all just start falling into place.
I really think that Trump is gonna meet his maker this year. He's going home with a heavenly Satan.
If he get elected.
No, I don't think so. I think this is...
have a president. You cannot have... This country cannot and will not be under dictatorship. That is not going to happen. You cannot allow that to happen. If that were to happen, then that would be... You're saying to the rest of the world, we fought wars to take down dictatorship. We took, the fight for democracy in other countries, right? It's impossible to allow some TV show, game show host to get up here and become a dictator of this country. That's not going to happen, baby. Y'all gonna see a whole Kennedy situation go down. I put my money on that one. He is not going to get elected. He just happened to get elected because they got those 70 what is it? Hey, Mel. Yeah, that assassination attempt was staged. I believe that. The 70 delegates, or what do they call it? The Trump deniers, the election deniers.
Mm-hmm.
Heard about that?
Yeah.
So they have 70 of them that's going to try to deny the election if Kamala wins. Right. So Trump thinks he has it in the bag. So now he's going around saying, I don't need your vote. I don't have to have your vote. Like he's talking like he has it in the bag, but he doesn't.
Yeah, he says that one day, and then he tells people, I need you to get out and vote.
Right. So,
but guess what? He just don't know. We are wheelchairing people to the polls.
So y'all can do that because we can't do that in Georgia.
Yes, we are. And it was staged, Mel. It was staged. And guess what? That boy daddy is saying the CIA, but y'all, how I know it was staged, because the day before his stocks dropped. And then after that attempt, the stocks went sky high.
Mm-hmm.
They playing right in our face.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all know, like I know, y'all better start rolling y'all 401ks over to IRAs and IULs, and y'all better save y'all money. Save yourself. But I'm about to go to bed, girl, because I got to get up at 6 a.m.
Me too.
I love y'all. And keep on talking about the politics, and I'm going to share this, honey. Share this video. Y'all tell everybody to vote blue. I know what I'm going to do.
I know, right? By Marcella. She is funny, child. Ooh, Marcella is hilarious to me. Yeah, so, that poor kid was a puppet. It's heartbreaking. Yeah, that was sad. I really believe that was a setup. I was telling my husband last night, that was a setup. That man doesn't even have a scar on his ear. Not even a scar. Come on, y'all. First, I was like, oh, he got shot. Then it was, that was shrapnel. Because I was like, nah. He doesn't even have anything on his ear. He don't even have a piece of his ear missing. The man did not get shot. That But that's all gonna come. It's all gonna come to the light, guaranteed. Because that's how the universe works. When you do what you do dirty, you can't win when you play dirty. Like Nene said, you can't win when you're playing dirty. Donald Trump, it's gonna come to an end. All this is falling apart. This is why he look crazy right now. It's falling apart. This is supposed to happen. Kamala and all this, she's supposed to be president right now. So yeah, you don't have no scar, nothing from a AK-47, and you don't have a scar, and a bullet hits you, going at 2,000 speeds per minute. That's what somebody put on TikTok. So okay, so let's see the GOP that is supporting Kamala that I'm seeing right now. National Director of Republican Outreach Austin Weatherford said in a statement that Trump's backing of the far-right playbook Project 2025 is toxic to the millions of Republicans who no longer believe the party of Donald Trump represents their values. Weatherford, former chief of staff for former GOP U.S. Rep. Adam Kinzinger of Illinois, who was vocal critic of Trump, said the Harris campaign will work to earn the support of the Republicans who care about defending democracy and restoring decency. Okay? They want to get rid of all of that. Ooh, child. So as Harris starts her surprise sprint to the November elections as the likely Democratic presidential nominee following President Joe Biden suspending his campaign in late July, her campaign has quickly built a coalition ranging from white dudes for Harris to young Republicans for Harris, which is being led by Reed Howard. So she has a whole lot of support. I think I was reading something. I think what's going to happen is that, like I said, this is just my predictions, that she will win, beat him. I think it's going to be like 85 million people will be voting for her, and his numbers won't be as high. I think he'd be 65. He won't get 75 million like he did before. I think it's going to be lower than it was last time. So he can't say nothing. Now, Adam always spoke against Trump. Yep. Since, he did. He was like, dude is crazy. Cuckoo. Can't do him. I know more Republicans who are saying they will vote for VP Harris than they said they will vote Biden in 2020. They're beginning to see Trump, what Trump is really about. Mm-hmm. Joe Biden has woke up and very cognitive now that Kamala is getting the job done. Because Joe Biden was never, ever asleep, y'all. This was a setup. My friend and I had this long discussion about this. This was a setup. This was chess being played the whole time. We thought we were playing checkers, but they were been playing chess the whole time. Because Joe Biden really was probably tired. He's getting old. He's getting tired. He wants to spend that dog and his son. So he wants to probably be at home with his wife. He's probably going to pardon his son, right, before he steps down. And because we believe that he's going to step down before the election. And he's going to make Kamala the president right before the election. He's going to step down. I think he'll probably do it in October. So he's going to make her the president because the Democrats, this is their way to say, we put the first female president into office. And she will win the election. Joe Biden would go off peacefully. This is all chess. They waited long enough for Donald Trump to pick his VP. Joe Biden already knew he was going to say, I'm not going to run. He already knew that beforehand. But of course, they had to make this whole spectacle of everything, get the news media talking and everything. So he said, okay. Right before that, he catches COVID. Remember, he had the conversation with the the reporter asked them, well, what will it take for you to step aside? Well, I have to either be sick, or it has to be, the numbers have to show that I'm losing. The numbers have to show something, or I would get ill. And then he just gets COVID. And then right after he got COVID, I'm stepping down. I'm endorsing Kamala. And then he was okay. 2 or 3 days later, he was fine. Right? Even after he had the debate, and I think he was, when I look back on it, I say he probably was doing all that crazy debating stuff, like, stuttering and caught off guard. He probably did it on purpose. So, so he probably did it on purpose. Just say for people to think something, because someone said, and I think it was Gwen said, when he got off the stage, when he got off from the debate, he was on stage, he was talking fine. So I didn't see that part, because I knew by then, I was like, oh Lord. But yeah. So I don't know. They played chess. They played chess on Trump for him to go out and pick who he picked. They edging their bets or whatever. So maybe somebody came and said, well, he's going to pick JD Vance. He's going to pick JD Vance. They already know who JD Vance is. They already know who he is. It's politics. So there you have it. And Biden is winning. And Biden is going to step down. This is my prediction. He's going to step down. He's going to put Kamala in office. She'll be the first president of the United States of America, female president of America, and she will win the election. And then that'll be it. We'll go from there. And, it's all good in the hood. Got the first female president, and I think you're right, Sonny, because he could have had the answers fed to him through his earpiece. He was trying to throw everyone off. That's what I think. When I started looking at it, I said, yeah, I think that's what he did. I honestly believe that. It was chess. It was a chess play. It was a chess play. You start looking at politics, start getting real deep into it, and start really looking at it. It's a chess play, and they're winning. They won. So they took Trump's queen. Trump is over there sweating like a pig, a hog. I was about to say something else, but he's sweating like a whole hog over there, honey. He is not doing well. He doesn't even look like he's doing well. He's rambling on and on and on, and just saying, just because he doesn't know what to grasp for now. He's grasping for straws. He is losing it, and they are saying how he is losing it. And you can't sit there and talk about this woman's ethnicity and talk about her, the racism. Can't keep talking about that, because that's going to take more people away from, because people don't want to hear that. People are tired of that. The only people that's going to vote for you that want to hear that are these backwoods people. They're thinking that they're killing babies after you've had a baby. The weird folks, the weirdos, because that's the term now. They're weird. So yeah, they are booing him. They don't want to hear you talking for 90 minutes and you're talking about nothing. You're talking about this woman's race. You're talking about no one showed up to the thing, and the place was packed and the place was popping. And then you start talking about Megan Thee Stallion. You don't have nothing to talk about. And you still haven't given any policies. And that's what's going to kill him. I'm sorry. That's what's going to take him out. The fact that he doesn't have any policies. He's not speaking policies at all. He's just talking junk. People are tired of hearing junk. How you going to get rid of inflation? What are you going to do? You're going to cut back on taxes, or you're going to take out the federal tax or something like that, which is going to get rid of your Social Security? No, you're not going to have Social Security. Then what's going to happen? Oh, I'm a tariff. I'm going to tax China. Okay, who's going to pay for that? The American people. So once again, you're going to get a big tax breaks to the corporation, and you're going to tax the American people, the America that you love so much, that you love America so much, that you went and kissed that man who passed away, that stood behind you because he was supporting you in your fraudulent assassination attempt. Okay, you kissed the little helmet, whatever, little fire hat, whatever you brought out there on stage, the mess you did, the vaudeville show that you had on stage, and then you want to sit up here talk about how much you love America, then you turn around and you congratulate Putin for releasing the hostages. Where they do that at? Trump does not like America. He don't like Americans. He don't like America. Period. Period. He didn't even pay his taxes. I know Diddy glad. Just say that. I know Diddy glad he's not in the news that much, right? Because he did took all that out, but that'll be back up too. All Trump is doing is feeding the lowest common denominator. The least educated is his voter base. Exactly. The fact that JD Vance and his wife are in the situation where Kamala's race is brought into question is weird to me, especially for his wife to stay silent with her 3 biracial children. That is correct. Exactly, Red. Exactly. And she should be speaking out against that because she's a Black Indian. Hello. With her dark skinned self. And she darker than Kamala. JD Vance is the biggest scam we've seen in years. If you do a deep dive on him, it's scary. Male girl, I did a video about that. And we know that he likes, I think he in love with Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel is in love with him too. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night, guys. Because you know what I have to go do? I gotta go play tennis on my VR. I'm a tennis pro on there now. So I must go play tennis. I love you guys for coming over, supporting. And I'll drop the link. Y'all come up. Y'all want to talk anytime you want to talk politics or just give your opinion or just, say what you've seen. Because I don't see it all. I don't know everything. I just know what I know, right? Because I do some research and I try to figure things out. And that's it. That's all I got. A shame and a scandal, Trump and Vance. Yeah, Trump and Vance. Trump messed up when he picked JD Vance. That was the biggest mistake he ever made. Give him heck on the tennis match, buddy. I will. I play against an AI thing. AI person. Sometimes I play against real people. Oh, James Donald Baldwin is definitely a menace. Yeah. I think I know who that is. So, guys, y'all have a good night. Y'all stay blessed. Get y'all some rest. I will probably see you again this week before Sunday. I know I was supposed to come on Sunday, but I was tired. So, school has started here in Georgia already. So, dealing with school. Today was the first day of school. So, I have a lot. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's his name. James Donald Bowman. Yep. So I will see y'all later this week. And y'all keep looking out, keep talking about Kamala Harris, keep saying her name to people, speak positive about this woman. Tell people to vote. Make sure you're registered. Ask everybody, are they registered to vote? Because just like Marcella said, they are playing games with these voting registrations. They really are. Because I read something about a guy in Texas and he thought he was registered. He said he's always been registered. And they told him that he wasn't. And he was like, what are you talking about? I am. He looked on the stuff and then he wasn't registered. He's like, and he always checks to make sure. He's been a registered Democrat for years. In some mysterious way, he wasn't registered to vote. And he was like, that's very interesting. But y'all make sure y'all check that you're registered to vote. I checked. I'm registered. I'll check again because I might not be today. I don't know. But make sure you're registered to vote. Make sure you talk to everybody. It's imperative that this woman wins. Okay? That VP Harris wins. All right, guys. I am going to call it a night. You all have a wonderful night. And I will see y'all soon. And I love you guys. Y'all take care. Peace out.